So you are probably going to see a bunch of these videos pop up after this because it is a new year and the bulk of channels out there are just regurgitating information and in a lot of cases putting out a lot of misinformation that are leading people down the wrong road. And I don't think that there is malicious intent. They just have no clue what they're doing or talking about. So be cautious who and where you get your information from, but that is neither here nor there. In this video, I am going to share 3 tips with you that will dramatically increase your chances for long-term success. I'm going to cover what I think are the 3 most important aspects of any home service business. And if you've already got an established business, chances are some of the things that we talk about today are going to help you as well. I mean, I learn things every single day. So let's jump right into it. And the first is probably one of my most favorite things about running a small business, and that is the marketing. And the reason that this is number 1 is because in today's world, marketing is what is going to set you apart from your competition and set your business up for long-term success. You've got to get the word out about your business. Just because you decided that you wanted to start a business doesn't mean that anybody else knows or cares that you've done this. And that is why you need to invest in a robust online presence, a professional website, social media profiles, and most importantly, a Google business profile. I would almost suggest that you do this before anything else. These days, Google is being a little bit more picky and the process takes a little bit longer. So do not wait on doing this. Get started on that right now if you haven't already. Now, there are tons of great free marketing avenues that you can explore, and there are a bunch of low-cost strategies that you can implement, but don't ignore paid advertising and paid local SEO to reach the biggest potential customers in your market, like the best ones. Remember that a strong marketing strategy is the key to landing those big, high-dollar jobs and the best customers. But it's not just about having an online presence. Think about uniforms, signage. Your uniform is your walking billboard. You look professional, and that instills trust in potential customers. And you don't have to go crazy with your uniforms. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg on sublimation prints. You can keep it simple, but you need to look professional. You need to have all of the key elements in place. Your logo, your company name, your phone number, maybe a website. And remember, sometimes too much is just that. It's just too much, which brings me to your truck, your signage. Again, you don't have to go crazy on vehicle signage, or you don't have to do a truck wrap right away, right? Not out of the gate anyway, but you need to have your business on display on your vehicle. Just like your uniforms, your vehicle is a mobile billboard, advertising your business everywhere that you go. Also, I want you to consider using bandit signs. These are low cost and they can get the phone ringing fast. I also really like A-frame signs, and there are a lot of places to get these made at a very reasonable price online. Just don't get suckered into somebody that's just a reseller who's taking your money, placing an order, and having it drop shipped to you. Go direct to the source. A simple Google search will point you in the right direction. Then put them in front of your truck and behind your truck at every single job, and you will get more customers. So the next thing that I want to talk about is word of mouth advertising. Never underestimate the power of happy customers spreading the word about your business. But do not leave this up to them. You need to ask every customer, every single job to leave you a review and to refer you to their friends and their family. Word of mouth can be a game changer for startup businesses that are on a budget. But even if you're not on a budget, that word of mouth is absolutely critical. So to close out step 1, which is your marketing, remember that having long-term and short-term marketing strategies are both essential. And I use the word strategy because it is a strategic play. It takes planning, it takes forethought, but most importantly, implementation and consistency. And remember that while online ads, bandit signs, flyers, and door knocking can all bring in quick results, it's equally important that you don't forget about your long-term strategies like SEO and content marketing, which help to build a solid foundation for your business's future. And remember, never stop marketing. And this is one of the most important things. Even when you're busy, do not stop marketing. It is a common mistake to scale back marketing during peak seasons. Instead, I encourage you to continue marketing to ensure a steady flow of customers throughout the year. And if you want to get more in-depth information on marketing and the systems that I personally use, check out Local Domination 2, where we are going to share with you something that we have never taught before, and that is our 4-stage BOA system that is going to help you dominate your market and land huge commercial jobs and the best customers out there. I put a link in the comment section below for that. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is probably what most people think is actually the most important, but in my very humble opinion, while it is unbelievably important, it is not nearly as important as the marketing, because we are about to talk about equipment. And you can have the best equipment in the world. You can have the fanciest truck, but if you don't have leads coming in, none of that matters when it's sitting in the driveway and you're waiting for the phone to ring. And with all of that being said, let's talk about the equipment. Now, obviously, having the right tools for the job is non-negotiable. And yes, when you're first starting out, you are likely going to be on a budget, and that is okay to start small. But maybe it would make more sense to pump the brakes a little when you're starting your business until you can afford to buy something that is not going to need to be replaced almost immediately. I have seen and heard people recommend buying a 2.5 gallon per minute machine if you're just starting out. And that is horrible advice. My advice, like I said, wait, save, and buy at least a 4 gallon per minute machine or higher if you can, because that way you're not going to have to buy another machine quite as soon. And it's not that much more expensive of an upgrade, but one that I think that you should seriously consider when you're first starting out. The smaller machines, they are not built for a business. They are built for a homeowner. And if you are wanting to start and run a successful business, you need to think about that. But if that is all you have, that is all you can afford, and you don't want to wait, so be it. But if that is all you have, if that is all you can afford and you don't want to wait, that's good too. Go after it, but I know you're going to have to upgrade at some point. And just to throw this onto the equipment section is have spare parts, whether that's chemical injectors, O-rings, fittings, extra guns. These are all things that you're going to need to have because these are all going to go bad. They are consumables. Even a 12-volt pump seems expensive to have an extra one laying around on the truck for some people, but what's the cost of being on site and not being able to complete the job? So please be prepared, have your backups, understand your equipment, know how to work on it, know how to troubleshoot it. This is all going to make you more efficient and more profitable. And this brings us to something that I see and I hear all the time, and that is people half-assing it with equipment, with chemicals, with almost every aspect of their business. They try to cut corners everywhere they can. They try to repair and mend and rig up the most ridiculous things because they think it's going to save them a few bucks. Well, guess what? It's not going to save you anything. It's actually going to cost you because you're trying to shortcut the system. You're trying to find workarounds or hacks. And quite honestly, I've been there, I've done that, and I can speak from experience. This is not the way to go. And as shameful as it is and as embarrassing as it is, in my shop, there are about 4 tubs of used parts, dozens of pumps that have been sitting there for probably 5 or 10 years that I have never touched. But I had them there just in case I needed to pull something off of it, an O-ring, a check valve. How many of you guys have accumulated crap over the years that has served a zero purpose other than taking up space in your shop? I want you to tell me in the comments section if you have done that. Just write me too. And while you're there, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. So with all of that being said, do not settle for making do or just getting by. Invest in your business and invest in yourself, okay? Quality equipment may seem expensive up front, and it is, but it pays for itself 10 times over through improved efficiency and customer satisfaction. And always, always save and reinvest in your equipment and your business. You should earmark money from every single job, a small percentage that is going to go towards your marketing, that's going to go into the war chest for your equipment, for repairs if the truck goes down, right? You want to be prepared. And it also ensures that you're going to stay in front of your customers with your marketing and your ads because you've got the extra money. It makes you more competitive with the competition because you've got good equipment. You can be efficient, doing jobs in half the time because you've got the equipment that allows you to do so using the professional grade detergents to allow you to work faster and provide better results. And when you're able to do this and you're charging the way that you need to be charging, you will be more profitable. You will be able to be more competitive. And most importantly, when you reinvest in yourself, you reinvest in your business, this allows you to provide top-notch service to your customers, making them lifetime customers, increasing that lifetime value, getting those referrals, getting those reviews that we all need. And I touched briefly on specialty chemicals. And this is something that I would highly recommend that you research, that you get to know the various products that are out there and what they do. And the reason that I suggest this is because these are tremendous upsells for you, right? Increasing that average ticket price at almost every single job. Open your eyes, look around, look for the things that you can add on to make more money. And you're also adding more value to your customers by providing more services. Rust removal, oxidation removal, red clay removal, gutter brightening, you name it, there is a chemical out there designed to make you more money. And if you want to learn about that, check out How to Wash, the #1 selling soft washing and pressure washer training for the past 3 years, where we teach you all about the chemicals, how to mix them, how to use them, property protection, the equipment, everything that you need to know to shortcut the learning curve and hit the ground running. I'll put a link in the description down there as well. Okay, so now that we have knocked out the marketing, and that's getting in front of the customers, generating the leads that are going to make you money, we've covered the equipment, the chemicals. Now we are going to talk about the backbone of your business. And this, in my opinion, is equally as important to the first two, and that is having systems in place to keep you organized, to keep you efficient, to track the health of your business. When we first started our business, now this was a very long time ago, we didn't have all the fancy software packages. We didn't have the apps. Hell, I don't even think QuickBooks was around back then. I was doing everything on paper, printing out invoices, printing out estimates, putting them in envelopes, putting a stamp on it, and mailing them. And then I was waiting for checks to come in. I did not keep track of my customers back then. I didn't keep track of their phone numbers, their email addresses for probably like the first 5 to 7 years of my business. I had no records. And I think to myself all of the time, how much money did I leave on the table for the past 15 years? How much money did we lose? How many reviews did we not get? How many referrals did we not get? How many emails were not sent because I didn't have their information? And the answer to that is probably hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more, because I wasn't organized. I wasn't tracking anything. I wasn't understanding the importance of all of that. And that's something that I think a lot of people don't do when they're first starting out. It's kind of like the same thought process. Do I really need an LLC when I'm first getting started? Do I really need business insurance when I'm first getting started? Do I really need a CRM when I'm first getting started? And the answer is 100% absolutely yes. If you're not doing all these things, you're wrong. You're not taking your business seriously. You're just kind of winging it, and winging it doesn't work. Winging it will not make you more money. Do you think Elon Musk just wings it? Do you think Steve Jobs, when he was alive, was just winging it? Do you think that any successful person that you know just wings it? And the answer is no. And that is one of the main reasons why we built Quote IQ, because I wanted one place where I could do absolutely everything I needed to for my business. I wanted a dashboard that I could look at and see where my business was, real time, what my profit and loss was, what my expenses are, what my average ticket prices are, what my close ratio is, all of the things that you need in order to run a successful business right there on the dashboard in your face, holding you accountable. I have to be held accountable because the numbers don't lie. And then obviously with the estimates, the invoices, the email automation, InstaQuote powered by Quote IQ, all of the tools are there to make your business more efficient, to keep track of all of the important things, to allow you to stay in front of your customers, to allow your customers to quote themselves and schedule themselves. And the beautiful thing is that this is not going to break the bank. We have made this thing so freaking cheap, it's almost embarrassing. But if you were to go out and you were to do a comparison with Quote IQ and all the other apps that are trying to do the same thing that we are, you're going to pay 5 or 10 times more for all of those than you do for Quote IQ, even at the highest tier. And so if you're starting a pressure washing business in 2024, or you're just looking to build and grow and get better, remember these 3 key points. Focus on your marketing, understand and maintain your equipment, and build a strong foundation with software and systems. And that is it. Appreciate you guys. Best of luck this year.